Alright, I've upgraded the Sentry to level 12 overnight, and now I'm actually beginning to upgrade it to level 13 now, which is also going to finish overnight. And the reason I'm upgrading the Sentry right now, instead of the core, which I could also upgrade since I can carry 3 million now, is because the core actually takes significantly longer. The core actually takes apparently 8 days, and even with 5 building threads on it, it's still going to take more than a day, well, not more than a day, a bit over a day and a half. So the Sentry is significantly faster, so that's a good reason to upgrade the Sentry first. And another thing is that with a higher level Sentry, I'll be able to defend better while my core is upgrading. So during that time, I can actually start hacking people and start collecting some resources, and then I don't have to worry about people coming at me because my Sentry will be online. Whereas if I upgraded the core first, then, well, the Sentry would still be there, but it's not going to be nearly as powerful because I do gain a bigger boost when I upgrade to plus 13, which is going to be a plus 6 to strength as opposed to plus 5. I also have 815 reputation now, which actually puts me at a higher rank now, which is the rank of talent. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to record me ranking up, but apparently when I had 750 reputation, it wasn't ranking me up, even though it says I need 700 reputation to hit talent. And I actually need to get 751 reputation to get the rank up, which is kind of interesting. But now that I'm at rank talent, I need 1000 reputation to hit the higher rank, and that's gonna cost me almost just a bit less than 200 reputation. And I did see the official Winky, which lists what the rank rewards are, and it seems like the magic number is 2000 reputation. That's when the rank reward seems to scale up really high. So it's still gonna be a bit to get there, but that's what I'm aiming for. And I mean, to be fair, the main reason I am going to aim to rank up is because I'm kind of tired of dumping reputation. After all, dumping reputation isn't really that interesting, even though it does allow me to farm lower level reputation people, but I'm just hoping it's not going to be too bad, because I actually been getting some pretty hard people now. Well, difficult to beat people, I want to say. I tried to hack Dex88, who's a level 40, so he's actually 12 levels higher than me, so it is a bit of a mismatch, but I actually lost against him in an attack, and well, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's pretty rare for me to lose in an attack against most people from what I've seen. That's just the reality. But against him, I did actually lose, and it seems like it's really because of his antivirus, because if you take a look here, his antivirus is anywhere between level 13 to level 15, and it's incredibly strong. So on one hand, it's pretty disappointing that I lost, but on the other hand, I mean, everyone loses once in a while, and it's how you learn and get better, right? So something to be disappointed about. And it also is a testimony to how strong the antivirus is, which is a bigger testimony to why it's a good choice that I'm getting the higher level antivirus right now. So you can already kind of see immediately that the code gate already is down to less than half HP from just one antivirus hitting it. And that was just in the 5 seconds it took to install the blaster. So that's already pretty strong. And if it was actually both the code gate and the compiler hitting it, I would actually have to use an ice wall, which, as you can see here, I actually had to use an ice wall just to take down a scanner and a guardian, which are both really supposed to be pretty weak nodes. And here I actually had to use 2 ice walls just to be safe, and then both ice walls still almost dropped. And look at how fast the protector is going down. I had to use a shocker, and it still went down. So this really goes to show how strong the antivirus is. And well, granted, he does have a higher level turret, but I really think the antivirus is what makes the most difference here. And at this point, I'm really just trying to skip this because it's pretty clear that I can't beat this antivirus, but I wasn't able to make it pass fast enough. And eventually I lost my foothold, and I wasn't able to take down this one turret. Because what I was hoping for is that if I just spam 4 beam cannons, or well, the maximum of beam cannons plus 1 ISO on every node, I might be able to take down everything just fast enough for the antivirus to not be effective. But that didn't really work out since the turrets are actually pretty strong by itself. Now, maybe it would have helped if I had carried, if I had carried another blaster or two, because some of these nodes probably could have helped if I had a blaster on them, as opposed to just pure beam cannons. And it might have also helped if I used my other two protector too, because I only used this one protector here, which quickly dropped, and then I just went ahead and spammed ice walls, but I didn't actually go ahead and try to further secure my foothold by using more protector. So I think that might have been a mistake I made. Another thing is, since I used so many ice walls, I think even if I did get onto this turret, I might not have not been able to finish him off because I would have been out of ice walls, and this is a relatively weak point, so that might have not worked out in my favor. Which is a good reason why when I get the core level 9, I should definitely begin getting another program library. And I think what I'm going to do with the next program library is to load it mainly up on ice walls, blasters, and shocker, because it seems to me that having 46 or maybe even 50 beam cannon is pretty good for most purposes, but where I lose out on is when I lack 1 or 2 blaster, or a few ice walls, or sometimes a protector, or maybe I'll even get a few more shockers. But those seems to be what I am going to need going forward, whereas 50 beam cannons seems to be a pretty good number at this point. I also want to showcase a hack on Ivan 1319, and he's level 34. He's more of an all-rounder player. He has decently high level with Colgate, decently high level with Black Ice, decently high level turret, and Sentry, but none of them is super high level like that last guy. And he is a bit higher level than me, but the level difference isn't that big, so I was able to hack him nonetheless. Although I think his level is a bit inflated because he has 3 sentries the same level, which is a bad idea in general, because really you only need 1 sentry, unless, well, you're like me, where the sentry is just permanently on upgrade and you never get to use it, but you really only need 1 sentry, because any more sentries, the higher level sentry will just overwrite the antivirus of the lower level sentry, and other sentries will really just be good for spreading antiviruses, or for backup when your main is on upgrade. But 3, I think, is definitely overkill. Well, 3 equal level sentry is definitely overkill, to be exact. So here, he actually has a pretty strong choke point, although I was able to get by with just 1 ice wall, unlike the other guy. He was able to actually do a pretty significant number on my protector, because you see here that even though my blaster was disabling his black ice, I actually did still lose the protector, which is kind of a problem because I don't really like losing my protector. I kind of rely on the 1 protector for choke points like these, since I don't upgrade my ice walls. So if my protector goes down, it could be a pretty big problem, because I generally expect my protector to hold in situations like this. And ice walls are mainly just for, like, I just throw it down on every node after I break through. So I think what I might want to do is to upgrade my protector to level 6, because that way I'll be able to be even safer and be sure that I'll be able to break through these choke points, and then I don't have to continue to level up my ice wall any further, since upgrading the ice wall really just isn't worth it. And it makes sense too, because even though I can upgrade the beam cannon, technically I actually need to upgrade my evolver, and since my sentry is being upgraded, I can upgrade the evolver, although the evolver only takes 1 day and 12 hours to upgrade, so I might actually do that tomorrow before I do the core, just so I can get that level 11 beam cannon, which is going to be pretty nice to have. Before we finish off, let's get the protector on upgrade, and all I need is, well, 5k B coins. No single person with a lot of B coins, but it seems like Crash 224 and Colex 90, together combined, they should have enough B coins. So I will just hack both of them. Okay, so quick analysis. I think this is pretty bad because he has two nodes connected to this one code gate, which is going to weaken it. This is pretty high leveled. This is a decent high level, but overall everything is connected. No real choke point except this thing, I think, so I should be able to get through it nonetheless. And his Sentry probably isn't even going to make it here. So I can just put on 3 beam cannons to save some blaster compilation time. Because it seems like it's going to take a while to get to that code gate first. And then once it gets there, it's going to start spreading out to this code gate. But by then, I'm going to be through this code gate already. So that should be fine. And here, I'm just going to go with 3 beam cannons. Or actually, I need an ice wall because I am getting hit by antivirus on both sides. And he does have a turret supporting it. And this is a slightly lower level ice wall. So I guess that makes sense that I need this. But from here, I should be fine with just beam cannons. And from here, probably just more beam cannons. And I think beam cannons and ice wall will take care of it just fine. I mean, there's a higher level antivirus, but there's only really 2 nodes attacking it. It's not a really scary choke point. And even here, it's a black ice. Only 1 black ice. I think overall, I don't really like this design overall. There's just, everything is just sort of connected to each other, but not in a manner to make any of the connection useful. It's essentially how I would sum it up. I need an ice wall here simply because Guardian is a relatively weak node. Now I do run out of beam cannons to take full control, but that's okay. Because, like I was saying, probably 46 to 50 is the number I want for beam cannons. Because it seems like if I had 50, then I would definitely have enough. And even a bit more just so I can take full control. But it's okay if I don't take full control, because I still get 2 triangles. And I'm not at the level where taking full control gives me that many B coins anyway. But yeah, some people's network are harder, whereas other people, I get this guy, which makes me kind of rethink whether whether I should really be worried yet, since his network was the opposite of hard, I want to say. Alright, let's go for Miracle Lex 90. So it looks like his network is slightly harder, but then again, still only this 1 choke point. He's doing it better here because he only has 3 slots, but here still 4 slots, which I don't think is a good idea. So if I just get past this 1 choke point, it should be a breeze from there. So let's see how it goes. His antivirus isn't... Oh, I didn't see he has a core here actually, my mistake. I should have put a 3 beam cannon. Since you saw that my program was actually blocking my view of the core. But anyway, so I was saying that his antivirus isn't that high, so I think my level 5 protector will be able to hold this just fine. So it really seems like that at the moment where I need to level up the protector is when I start getting the protector, or not protector, antivirus, that's around my level, maybe a bit lower, like level 10 to 12-ish. That seems to be the stage where the antivirus is starting to be too high for my protector to hold by itself. So at that stage, I might have to... at that stage, I might need the higher level protector. And that's what I'm putting protector for, since I am starting to see some higher level players now, and they do have the higher level antivirus. So I guess I should definitely upgrade it just in case. I think I didn't need 3 beam cannons on these 2 black ice. That probably wasted a few beam cannons. But even so, like I was saying, that it seems like having around 50 beam cannon is the perfect number, because I'm not going to run out of it, even though I have been pretty wasteful this hack. Alright, after compiling my programs, I have 49k B coins left. So, Do I upgrade the protector? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. This way, I can take on higher level networks. Actually, sometimes when I take on higher level networks, I prefer to just wraith it, but that's only for extremely high level networks. Like against that guy who I failed. What was his name again? DXXX88. Against him, I think a wraith on his Sentry would have definitely helped out a lot. But he did have this high level scanner, and I actually calculated that my stealth level wasn't actually high enough to raise the Sentry. So that could be one reason why I might want to upgrade my stealth more. But these type of people are actually relatively rare, so I think the protector is a higher priority right now. And I will leave the stealth upgrade for, well, probably after the beam cannon upgrade. Sounds about right. And 1 day and 12 hours. Alright, so there we go. It is going to increase the cost a bit more, but the cost increase of the protector is just a lot more worth it than the cost increase of the ice wall. So yeah, we got that going. And also, the protector increased the cost by 30 every level, and the ISO increases by 15, but that's only for now, because immediately after, it also increases by 30 every level. So if you think about it, it's Ice Wall and Protector increases by the same amount of B coins per level, but Protector, much higher buffer size increase, and regenerates. Yeah, you get the idea. I mean, the only real benefit here is that the Ice Wall, you need it to actually put on the Protector, but I can just put on 2 Ice Walls at the same time if I really need to, like what I tried to do with that guy. So, that's it for today. Thank you, and see you next time. Oh, and I guess I should say, please like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it, since I guess that will help me appear in the search results. So, yeah, thank you.